Alright, everybody. So, first attempt at a commentary video. And here we go. Um, so, me, Cassiopeia, Daxterrpro, playing AP mid. Um, and I guess we'll just get started then. So for this, I had a 5-man pre-made. Everyone in here was on Skype. Uh, Everyone had a mic, so communication was really nice and easy. And we were against another part pre-made. It's actually really funny, you can see in chat here. Randomly, some of our pre-mades knew some of the other guys, but it's, so we had a little bit of fun with that throughout the whole game. So, anyways, here we go. Talking to Trinamir. This game, he actually, yeah. He wants me to leash Wraiths and then leash Red Buff. So I told him no problem. I'll get right on that. And everyone else just sort of positioning. Hackram's top. Ezreal Cat bot lane. Normals. Cat was actually support this game, just for fun, because we were getting really tired of meta. But yeah. Here we go. 140. Wraith spawn as well as Wolf spawn and Golem spawn, to those of you who are interested in the timers, although a lot of people already know them, so ignore it if you don't want the information. 155, blue and red spawn. So right here, red spawns 155. I pull, even though I don't have vision on it, and it comes and gives it to Trin. And here we go. I'm against a Morgana. And don't worry guys, this is a little slow right now, but I'm just sort of explaining setup. I'll speed it up a bit just to get to the good parts. So right now I'm facing Morgana. One thing I do want to say is, not the second, but you'll see very quickly, I start to use all my mana. Use my mana, use my mana, use my mana. And this is because before the lane even started, like back in base, I was talking with my Tryndamere, and he said, you can have blue buff. He said, once I go up to kill blue buff, you can have it immediately. Level 2, level 3-ish. So what I'm doing here is I'm blowing all of my mana on Harass. I actually went for a kill here. Failed. But starting now, I blow double health pot, get my regen back up, and I start blowing all my mana, blowing all my mana, blowing all my mana, to shove lane, because Morgana, those of you who have faced Morgana know how annoying she is. She relies, level 4-5-ish is when she starts getting really good at pushing, because her pools can clear waves. Right now, she can't push, and she can't really see us well, except for on auto attacks. So I'm shoving the lane as hard as I can, because I know in a couple seconds here, Tryndamere's going to go up and get blue, and give it to me. So let's speed up a little bit. So here we go, one more time. Shoving mid, trying to push those CS into the tower. I set the lane to stay even. Trin gives me blue buff, and I'll go back in mid lane. Bot lane gets nice first blood there. And then this becomes Farm Wars with Morgana, which I pretty nicely, I mean at this point I'm at 19 to her 11, winning pretty nicely due to shoving into her tower. Morgana has a hard time farming a tower, or at least this Morgana did. So sitting here, waiting for blue buff to regen. Farming, shoving lane. Nothing too special happening here. Don't want to speed it up one more because it gets ridiculously fast. Oh, and guys, note there will be some discrepancy on the timers, so just ignore that. Just because I'm fast forwarding, Fraps does not like low replay in that regard. Okay, so shoving lane, farming up, nice. I think at this point, 42 to Morgana's 27. So again, early level, she has a really hard time farming. So at this point, I sat in this blue bush, hoping she would think that I went back to go grab boots, and she would overextend, so I could come in, get a nice little gank and kill her, because I had level 6 ulti, but didn't work. She backed off, so I just went, okay, didn't work, fine. I'm just going to go back to farming. No big deal. Here, I'm going bot, No. Tryndamere asked me to pull Wraiths one more time because his smite wasn't up and he was kind of low, but he wanted to um, get them. By the way, at this point, the Morgana bead, because she was low on health, low on mana, couldn't do anything. So I was shoving lane. So, again, shove lane in a tower. Udyr had to take over. Pulled red buff, gave it a nice little leash for Trin because he still didn't have smite. And then I'm out of blue here. So let's go back to farming. Speed up a little bit. And again, shoving lane a bit, not quite as hard. Okay, here's where things get fun. So, I knew her blue, or we saw the blue spawn. Sorry, I should have highlighted it a little bit earlier. So we know that, and Morgana went sideways. I was like, Morgana's going blue, Morgana's going blue. And bot lane's like, okay, well, let's gank it. So, I was like, okay, let's go. So, Udyr comes in, Cat comes in, they get a nice combo on blue buff. Udyr smites blue buff, realizing he's not going to lose this fight, and tries to run away with it. I believe he smites it. Or Morgana comes in, ulties, I flash in right behind her. Ulti myself. Actually, I just killed blue buff. Kill the Udyr, get a nice WQ combo, and now that she's poisoned, E almost instantly resets Twin Fangs, half second cooldown. And Ezreal manages to pull out the kill right there. So, right here, really nice invade. Got me a free blue. Got a, 101 for me and a 201 for Ezreal. Yep. Plus we got first blood, and so now let's speed up again. At this point, I'm like, okay, I've got blue. Let's go dragon. Which was a little stupid, little misplay on my part. I thought I would be fine, and actually, if I had had a lot more mana, I would have been. I could have killed it, but relying on that mana regen I did not have enough damage because I just kept running out of mana as I was using it. So I'd go back. At this point, 2,200 gold. I go back, I buy boots for harass against this Morgana, Hextech Revolver, 2 wards, 1 health, 1 mana potion. Because at this point, I bought the mana potion because I hadn't realized our blue was up. So I thought when this one runs out, I'll probably need a tiny bit of mana. Health pot's always good to have, just in case. I mean, Hextech's nice sustain, but just in case you get into a fight and you're too low for sustain, you want that little bit of boost. And then 2 wards. So I had a bunch of extra money. And wards are always great. I mean, I know you're the carry, so technically you don't do the wards. It's the jungler support's job, but, wards are always good, especially if, you're doing as well as I am. Because right now I'm 62 farmed and Morgana's 49. And I have a kill and an assist on here. So I'm just going to come around this area here. Check top lane. Nobody's coming down. And then throw a ward here, which is perfect because you can see a little bit of wraiths, see gank paths. Come around this way, and I believe, yep, just go back to farming. At this point, it's shove fest, and I'm severely going to win because Morgana has no blue, and I have 2 blues, which, actually, come over here and finish mine off. I probably could have waited a little bit longer if you looked cool on my buff, but, I didn't want their jungler to come in and counter jungle it, so at this point, I'm just farming. And if you notice my health, I'm taking a lot of harass from Morgana, but I'm not really caring if she hits me or if I'm standing in the pool a little bit because of this Hextech. So I did have enough money to probably buy, oh, hold on, let's pause this for a sec. I did have enough money to buy a needlessly large rod, but then I wouldn't have had boots, so I don't have the harass potential, and I really like the sustain. I mean, I realize the ability power is a little lower, but I really like the sustain. So anyways, here we're going for dragon. Play it at the speed. So I'm farming it. I see Morgana right here. I know she's here. I'm like, alright guys, get ready. I have ulti, communicating with my team, but she decides, no, I can't do that. She's like, she's not going to jump in. So Ezreal comes in, let's kill it. I come along, pop my last health pot. Remember what I said about, I actually popped the mana pot too, because both of them are so low. Even though I technically have the sustain, I have the blue buff, and I have the Hextech, I'm like, no, let's just pop them and, get me a little bit of free stuff. So, there's that ward being useful. I get some nice free harass on Morgana, which doesn't really amount to much, all in all. It's at this point, yeah, I believe there's an Udyr right here. This ward spotted. But at this point, I'm relying purely on mana regen from the blue. If I didn't have it, I would be losing the lane. But yeah, and I sit here, I'll speed it up. I don't think anything interesting happens for a little while. It's just a farm fest, and you know, farming. One thing I cannot underestimate is CS, because kills are unreliable. CS, last hitting, CS is your best friend in this game, because if you notice the pros, whenever they finish a game, most of the time, the AD and AP carry will try to have around or better than 100 CS per 10 minutes, which is almost perfect last hitting. It was actually a misplay on my part, right here, with the Morgana double kill. I did not call MIA mid, and I realized it a little bit too late. Let's go ahead and continue that. So now, she's actually a little bit ahead of me. Yeah, Ezreal's saying, you know, it was a good idea for them to push lane, except I didn't call that MIA. So I go back. At this point, I go, oh, hey, look, instantly large rod. Again, 2 more wards. I'm going to replace one here, and then depending on where I think I need it. And now at this point, I have the spell vamp, and I have the ability power, which means I'm going to be hitting a lot harder, and I'm also going to be vamping for a lot harder. It's based on damage. Morgana went back, and I'm able to just clear lane. I just sit on tower, a little bit AFK, don't want to have to worry about ganks, don't have any wards up yet. Just letting a little bit of regen do its job. Morgana has her blue. Sitting here, checking for Udyr. Don't want to check all the way around, so I place a ward right there. If you notice Udyr up here, I was screaming at Trin, just saying, hey, look, be careful. And slow us down for a bit here. If you actually notice, Morgana put her shield up, and I completely blew through it. 1 Q and 1 E combo, completely destroyed it. That is because I have Needlessly run Hex Tech, so I have, you know, 158 ability power, which is pretty nice at this point. Just grabbing my blue, letting the regen do a little bit of its job, and go back to Farm Fest. Again, CS, it is your best friend, and will help you early, mid, and late game. So for now, you know, I'm just letting the lanes do their job, talking about what's going on. Top lane, bot lane. Udyr just tried to gank bot, so Trin was actually sitting here in the jungle for a counter gank, but didn't really work. Then he actually does counter gank. Well, he ganks and then gets counter ganked. Now, I'll slow this down a little bit here. I'll pause. So, fairly successful counter gank by Udyr. Tryndamere's half dead. Cat escaped with almost nothing. And they have this warded, so they know I'm coming down. As you can see, Morgana's chasing me. At this point, I realized the Morgana was chasing me, because I saw her in this ward. I said, guys, Morgana's behind me, I'm going. Because that, if I could hit both of them with my ulti, I could almost kill the Janna outright, 400 damage. Almost. And I could probably kill the Vayne with an Ignite. So I go, okay, I'm going for this. I know Udyr's coming in. Knowing Udyr, he's going to shift stances to throw a stun on me. And I basically ignore him, because at this point, you know, most Udyr builds don't have much damage. They're nice and they're pretty tanky, and they're good for ganks, but they're not good for damage. So if you'll slow down a little bit here. Stuns, I just completely ignore him. Say, screw you, I'm not worried. Come in, flash, ulti. See, yeah, Janna, I missed her just barely. Finished her off, true, with my miasma. Well, miasma and Q hit Vayne, my E hit Vayne, killed Vayne. I do miss the Janna, and here comes the Morgana. At this point I realize I'm going to die, so what I do is I try and do as much damage as possible to Udyr to make it possible for Trin to get the kill. At this point, you know, Ez comes in, gets the ulti, so I get the kill because of my poisons, actually. Trin's able to come in, get a nice little swing there. So now I've gotten a double kill. First one's a direct kill, second one was a poison kill, and Tryndamere has gotten a kill, and I've gotten an assist. So I've gotten 2 kills, 1 assist. Trynd and Morg are dueling, and at this point, Ezreal is yelling, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, keep fighting. And Trynd has ulti, so he pops ulti right here, Endless Rage. Cat's coming in, because if she jumps in for the silence, that's pretty much dead combo with Ezreal. Then she goes, oh shit, wait, binding. Makes an amazing Shunpo there to dodge the binding. Trin pops Q as he spins away, spin to win. And then a nice little game of cat and mouse ensues. And Ezreal flashes, exhaust, counter flash, attack. Then he does this little jump and auto attack and dead. So for that, my death, 1 death for 4 kills. I gained 2 kills and 1 assist out of that. So let's go back to me. While all that was happening, I was buying. I finished off my Will of the Ancients. I want to finish off that for the plus ability power and plus the vamp advantage. Grabbed 1 Doran's Ring because I didn't feel I was quite tanky enough. I felt I died kind of quickly that fight. A little bit of regen, a little bit of ability power. Also, that fight allowed us to go for this dragon here, which I don't quite remember. Yeah, we did get this dragon, but it was sort of a risky engage here. I said, guys, just keep going. I'm going to, come in, I'll support you. Got my W, got my Q, I'm pretty powerful right now. Threw this in, Miasma gives vision. So I threw it in instead of warding, just to double check if anyone was there. And everybody gets away fine. So now, pretty strong in my lane, 218 ability power. My farm, 148 to Morgana's 119. So still winning that lane, still pretty much by that early game difference. Yeah, see that 1E, that 1E with just this, completely blew through her black, well, okay, well not completely, she had a tiny splinter left. Alright, let's speed it up because it's probably getting boring. Let's get to the action. Ward, just to check, great position. Wait for her to see if she's coming in. See her at her blue, shove lane again. I see Udyr, let's slow down, coming via ward. Jump in, ulti, throw my W down, throw my Q down, throw my E down, and throw 1 more E down, and he's dead. And this is me just going, guys, I got this, don't even bother. They wanted assists, which they start yelling at me about, but I probably could have waited a little bit to give them assists, but alright, so at this point, I go back, because there's nothing left for me to farm in this lane, and I grab Blasting Wand, and again, 2 wards. I want to finish that Deathcap, have a little bit of extra money. You have a little extra money, a couple hundred gold, always grab those wards, because, unless you're desperately waiting on an item, and you're, like, super behind, you really should just try to help out the team a little bit. Grab those wards. I mean, we're in a 5-man pre-made, so I'm like, guys, grab wards. And you can even see, that's counter jungle ward, that's my ward, that's my ward, and I think we're throwing on a dragon here. Or, oh, let's slow down. Jeez. My bad. Again, still getting used to this. So, Trin comes in, gets a nice gank on Vayne, gets her almost dead. Janna kills Trin, whereas ulti comes up. I managed to kill the Vayne. I see them both here, so I get snared. Throw my Q down. Get a nice little combo. Throw my Ignite down. I see Udyr coming in. Ulti. Miss 2 out of the 3 of them, which was really unfortunate because that would have been a hell of a lot better. I probably would have. I lost this engagement. I probably would have won that engagement. I mean, I would have died with the Singed, but I would have gotten a kill or 2 out of it. That was a wasted flash. That was a misplay on my part. 4v1. Although I did get the Udyr to counter flash, which, watching this for the 3rd time now, I didn't even realize that. So, that's okay. Flash per flash, I guess. They chase him a little bit, but nothing comes of it. So at this point, 651 gold. Not quite enough to buy anything. They take bot tower, and nothing much comes of it. Speed up 1 more. Go, go, go. Okay. Not enough money to buy anything, so buy 2 more wards. Wards. Knowing where everybody is, very valuable. So at this point, they're engaged in our jungle. I'm like, alright guys, go. Turn around. Let's chase. Let's go. Where are they? And they just, I'm ready for this engage. I don't have ulti, but Trin tells me his ulti's almost up. Hecarim's ulti is up. Ezreal's ulti's up. So I'm like, okay, let's go. But they all run away. They don't want to engage that. Although we do catch the Morgana here, and top lane gets caught. So it's sort of a split here in our favor because they can't get back to each other and we can. At this point, ulti's not up yet. It will throw my Miasma down directly on Janna, who also has an Ignite on her, so this heal is doing almost nothing. While my Miasma and the Ignite are killing her. Throw one quick E, secure the kill. At this point, I've got a Singed and an Udyr on me. Udyr slowed with poison. Start working on the Singed because I really just... If that Singed wants to stick on me, I will not be able to follow him. I actually have red buff at this point. I just stole it. Again, my miasma's sitting here, ticking on them. So at this point, I think my ulti's up. Beautiful. Boom. Beautiful. All three of them low health, positioned for an ulti. And even though, like, again, this is really slowed down. Basically, ulti into W was almost instantaneously after it. So even though I threw it out, like after it seemed like they were dead, it was already on its way. At this point, yelling at everybody to Baron, but realize it's too low. So go back to pushing lanes and farming, and I have 1300, so ward, grab my blue, go back, buy a Revenants. Meanwhile, we get a tower. Oh, and again, ward this Tribush. There we go. And actually, I help Hecarim push this tower down. You know, Cassiopeia audio attack's not much, but it's better than nothing. And then, yeah, we play a little game of cat and mouse. Doesn't come to anything. Morgana, force Morgana to burn her flash. And now I'm actually at 2200 old. And so if you notice about this, I'm playing super aggressive, and I'm the AP carry, which you normally don't want to do. But the reason I'm playing super aggressive is because we don't have a tank. If you look at the builds, Hecarim's going a tiny bit tanky. Trin's going full DPS. Cat's going support. Ez is going full DPS. So we really need an engage. Which my ulti's perfect. So at this point, Trin, we actually get Dragon stolen. But see, look what's going on. So they're fighting. They're in the middle of the fight. AD carry, full health. AP carry coming in. Throw my W down. They're all in a perfect position. Flash, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Ulti. Immediately get a kill. Damage. Hecarim gets a kill. Ezreal gets a kill. My miasma's on him because he just walked over it. He gets hit with that. I get a Q off on the Singed. If you watch my health, it's jumping. It's going up. That is the sustain. That is the power of Will of the Ancients. You know, every time I hit that E, boom, nice little plus 46 there. Every time I hit that E. So at this point, I just let Gaza finish him off because I'm too low to chase through that poison. And again, ace for 2. They died, but support dying and jungle dying in order to get a triple kill, a delayed triple kill for Ezreal and a double kill for the AP carry. That works. He's even saying, like, I died, but it's okay, no big deal, because it was 2 for 5 and we fed the carries. So at this point, I'm 9, 2, and 7. Look at my gold. Buy a nice Rabadons, buy a nice large rod. At this point, I'm sitting here debating what I want to do, what I want to buy. I think I go with... Oh, I don't buy anything, which is misplay. Keep talking about these wards. If I grabbed 2 or 3 wards, I probably could have thrown one on their blue buff at this point because they're so pushed, and held one for maybe Dragon. Nice CS. If you watch my gold jump, I was at 700. Finished farming 2 waves. Almost 1100. 400 gold right there. Boom. Free gold, guys. That's, again, CS. It's always great. And again, this is me harass. We do not have an actual tank, so if I can bait them into jumping on me and counter with my petrifying gaze. Oops, let me slow down here. That was way too fast. I apologize. I'll recap exactly what happened here. So what happened is AD carry and Tryndamere are coming up this way, chasing these 3. Morgana, well, no, where's the Vayne? Vayne is off screen at the moment. Morgana was coming this way to cut us off with a Q, and then realized there were 3 of us. She tries to come this way, then realizes, oh shit, they have their team, so it's about to be a 4-on-5. So she tries to, you know, really quickly go against this wall. It doesn't work. I throw my W down, I throw my Q down, throw my E down, get an ulti on her face, and get a nice assist for kill on one of these guys. Now it's a 3v5. Throw my W down, throw my Q down, get an E, get a couple of E's. Only get 1 assist out of it. So my miasma actually didn't hit as many people as I thought it did, but that's okay. And here's Vayne. You know, she can't do anything. It's 1v4. At this point, I go to Baron. I'm like, guys, it's Baron. Let's go. Let's go. We get the tower. We get the inhib. Sitting here yelling at my team. Let's go, Baron. Come on, come on. Free Baron. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Finally, a team comes over. Ezreal's free farming, free pushing bot. Kill Baron, kill Baron, kill Baron. And there's the Ez ulti to do just a little bit of damage. And again, farm, farm, farm. This lane needed to be pushed anyways. Free farm. I get a little bit of gold. Didn't have this warded. Again, if I had had wards, I would have known. But Singe just outplays me a little bit. Gets the kill. Not much I can do because he has a Rylai, so he's slowing me. And a little game of cat and mouse ensues, and Cat gets a triple. So again, my death, technically for a support triple kill, but not standard support. Cat's got a gunblade, so whatever. I don't really care at this point. We're having fun. If you look at the score, 29 kills to 11 kills. So, and if you look at, I mean, they're pretty much done. It's pretty much game over. But we're having a little bit of fun. So, you know, nothing too bad. Got my Zhonya's. If you notice, I have 134 armor, and if you also notice, I'll slow it down a little bit. Their AD carry's not fed at all, and their AD is not fed. So there's no point in me really getting armor. However, invulnerability for 3 seconds is intensely useful. So I really like that item, even if I don't run the armor. That's a core item for me for Cassiopeia, especially since you tend to jump in to use your ulti. At this point, I tell, yeah, the cat, bait him, bait him, bait him. If you notice, I was right behind this little corner here to try and obscure his vision. Miss my ulti, he dodges it. Well, I don't miss it, I hit it, but he dodges at the very last second. So we chase through poison, which is, you know, no, I've never chased through poison. Throw my W down, get a nice little trick on him. And then I say, screw it, I'm not going to chase, not worth it. Cat starts to head back, and I go, okay, well, I'll check my jungle, because he may still be in here, with Hecarim coming up top. I get a Q and 2 E's, and it kills him, because his ulti faded, so his resistance is dropped pretty hard. If you notice, he doesn't have any magic resist, which is a bit of a poor decision, considering I was 10-3, but okay. And yeah, like, again, guys, this game, I mean, it's about fun, so if you notice, we're crushing them. No doubt about it. We pretty much have this game unless we're become just stupid and let it go. But Singe, you know, realizing just nothing's gonna happen. This game's done. He's like, I lost. And I respond with tag you're it. So just, you know, guys, have fun. It's a game. It's some people forget that, and I like, you know, throwing in these little things. If the other team's willing to play the, you know, I'll chat. I'm totally willing. At this point, farming. I really want my Void Staff, because at this point, oh, we get some fun chat here. If you keep it this pace for a moment. I really want my Void Staff, because Morgana has resist, Udyr has resist, John has resist. He has Merc Treads, which is a little bit. But, you know, farming it, realizing I can't quite farm it. Go, okay, well, I want Dragon, but I don't have mana for it. Go up, steal their blue. I'll speed this up, because it's not very interesting. Kill blue, come down, say, guys, let's Dragon. Free Dragon. Come on, let's go. We're running out of mana. Finally, kill blue. Kill Dragon, free Dragon. And, again, farm. Go to mid, clear mid, farm. And I almost have enough for my Void Staff here. And I go, let me take wolves, don't touch wolves, which Ez tries to KS them. Oh, slow down. Okay. So at this point, they do a tower dive, because they get a really quick kill on Ez, and they think they can kill some of the tower. Slow us down, see what happens. So Morgana, I get a nice Q on her. It ticks, and then tower kills her, so I get last credit damage. Janna knocks us back. They're tanking quite a few tower shots here. One problem with the tower dive, Singed was not the target, which he should have been. He has, you know, 3,200. She has 1,600. So, I throw my W down, miss. I'll speed up a little bit here, and then we just get pushed back. And Udyr Makes a bit of a misplay here. Comes up to try and gank me, I think, or escape from Trin or something. And I get a nice little Q on him, let Trin kill him, get a nice assist there. Now I have enough money for my Void Staff, I believe. Speed up a bit. Yep, Void Staff, even though, you know, they're starting to build resist, so time to go Magic Pen. I ulted Wolf, so it's okay. Yeah, just joking. Alright, so let's slow this down. So at this point, team's getting chased, Trin's almost dead, Hecarim's almost dead. I say, juke down, juke down, juke down. I can go. I can kill him. I don't have ulti at this point, but that's alright. I throw my W down, the second Singe sees, he's like, oh, nope, don't want to deal with that. Hecarim dies, top lane to Bane, but it's not a big deal. We just sort of sit and wait on his respawn, because mid lane's pushing. Alright guys, sorry, there's going to be a bit of a distortion here. I had some issues creating this first movie. The guy I normally rely on to work on this wasn't here to help me out. So this is going to cut for a bit. I just want to show you what's going on. I lost a little bit of my description, and I don't want to try and make it up. But essentially, I'll just resume playing. It's going to be me going through, clearing their jungle, and waiting for a gank here. Coming back, clearing mid, grabbing blue. Nope, never mind, giving it as blue. Clearing mid again, got that nice super minion wave to push it for us. Go in and slow it down a bit here. This will do a little bit of commentary because this is sort of important. Not sure how much this is going to overlay, and if it does, I apologize. I'll try to minimize as much as possible. But essentially, clearing minion waves here, trying to push the super minions into the base, do a little bit of damage, do a little bit of tanking for us. Again, we don't have a tank here, so somebody needs to initiate, and you know, me with my slow and my movement speed off my Q, I'm pretty good choice here. Trin gets caught. If you notice, 2 carries sitting in back, letting the non-carries, you know, do work. So right now, 3 of them are nice and solidly together. 4, 5, you know, all 5 of them are pretty solidly together. Throw my W down, and then Ezreal gets a nice ulti through a nice chunk of them. I don't feel I need my ulti because they're all already pretty securely dead. So I get my E off just as Udyr flashes away, which finishes him. He's poisoned, so it resets the attack timer. I get my Q missinged. There's a Shirelia's. John is walking through my W. Yeah, Gaza gets killed by double tower hits. And then they think they can win that engage. Because it's, you know, it's 4v2. Of course you can win that engage. They don't realize I haven't used my ulti yet. They don't have that communication. So I turn around, ulti Vayne straight in the face on my W. And she dies to my W. And Cat still has her ulti singed. So we get a nice 2 kills there, and they're like, oh shit, we didn't pay attention to that. Farming. And going down, farming. Farming, checking how much gold I need, 1600 if another needs the large rod. And again, I'm just clearing jungle at this point, waiting for my team to respond, get in position, buy. Alright, go back. And sell the Dorans. Buy a needlessly large rod. Buy a blue pot. You know, at this point, the game's almost over. There's no point in saving 250 gold, especially for pretty much a final fight. Alright, so I'm going to slow it down here. Here we go. Cat and me down here. 3 of our team is facing Baron. Baron's already pretty low. Singed initiates. That's what the tank's, you know, meant to do. Comes in. And, you know, they immediately get a kill on Trin. He actually gets crit really hard. I'm actually going to pause for a second here. Gets crit really hard before he ulties. Now, if you look at their positioning, they're in pretty much the worst position you possibly can be with the Cassiopeia right here. Because not only are they all grouped up for my miasma, and they're all grouped up for my ulti, but they're tanking Baron. Or at least Singed is tanking Baron right now. Because remember, once somebody initiates Baron, somebody is always tanking Baron until everybody gets out of range. Whoever's closest. So if you're fighting on Baron, pay attention to who's tanking. So here we go. I'll play it a little slower. Hecarim ulties on the Vayne. I get a nice Q. My Q finishes her off. I juke out. Wait for everything to, calm down a little bit. Cat jumps in, ulties. I miss a Q here because I think Morgana's going to jump in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So Morgana used her Zhonya's here. So I missed my Petrifying Gaze. But if you notice the positioning, I can't quite reach Singed. But I can hit the three of them, theoretically. Of course, I wasn't quite quick enough to respond to understand that. But watch the damage here. So I immediately kill here, slow down, triple kill, quadra kill. And at this point I'm screaming at my teammates, do not take my fucking penta. And watch this, I'll slow-mo it a little bit. Watch my health regen here from my E. Because I have so much ability power, so much spell vamp, plus 80. Plus 126. Like, this is because I have so much ability power and 20% spell vamp. That's how I win the fight. Spell vamp. So ace, pentakill. Watch my team. Wait for it. Penta, and I'm complaining because I didn't get an official penta. It was official penta. So let's see how well I can rehash this, shall we? That game we had a lot of communication. 5-man pre-made, hard to get a hold of, but if you can get them, they're really nice, especially everything on Skype. They were actually talking about us after the game in chat and saying, why didn't any of our ganks work? And I said, because they tried ganking a couple times, but Udyr did not. He only counter ganked. He never actually got a successful gank off ever. That entire game, that entire 40-minute game. We constantly had it warded, and if it wasn't warded, we were calling MIAs. Tryndamere calls for my leash. I go and unleash him. He gives me an early blue. I know I'm going to get that blue, so I take advantage of it. Blow all my mana. Pushing the lane, giving myself an early lead, and dropping Morgana back a little bit. Dragon fight was definitely a big start to the game. We got first blood, double kill for Ezreal. Kill and assist for me. And then from there on, it's really communication, wards, and winning your lanes. Like, top lane lost. Hecarim lost his lane against the Singed. Singed pushed it up hard. He was out front in CS. But that's okay, because he didn't lose it by that badly. He didn't lose it that badly. And bot lane and mid lane won. And the jungler did well. So, even though one lane lost, the other lanes won. And once we got to the teamwork, he started fetching kills and getting shit done. So that's my I guess my commentary. If you have any questions, feel free to post comments. I'll try to get back to them. I'm just doing this for a few friends. I don't really expect much response, but tell me if you like it. My main and my favorite is definitely AP mid, and my favorite character is Cassiopeia. So I know a couple other mids. Annie is probably Annie, Cassidy, and LeBlanc are my 3 other main mids. I know RA decently. And then I play all other roles, but AP mid and Cassiopeia and Annie are my 2 favorites for sure. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you enjoyed, and it was informative at the very least. Thanks for watching.